This is the video lesson for 1.07, alternate plot structures. And if we go down here to the objectives, it says after completing this lesson you will be able to demonstrate an understanding of plot structures. So I just want to start off by saying that this is a longer lesson. It does have 9 pages. The 9th page is how to do the assessment, so I will not cover that in this video. I'll cover it in the next video, the assessment video. I do want to look at this page though first. Have you ever watched a film or a TV show where a character remembers something from the past? This is a common technique many writers use called a flashback. A flashback also allows writers to provide exposition or background information in creative ways throughout a story. It says I had no idea what to write in class today, or today in class. Okay, so there are 4 pages here. And so you need to take a look at them all. The next one says, that reminds me of the time when I have no idea what to write for this paper. Yeah, that's exactly what it was like. Okay, so she's flashing back and remembering when she couldn't know what to write before. Okay, so then you'll take a look at this and then go back. Actually, I just read it all to you. So you can start with page 2. Okay, so this page, page 2, begins with reviewing the plot structure elements. So we already looked at that in the last unit, the exposition, rising action, climax, falling action, and resolution. And you read a story called Was It a Dream, where you used all of those. So make sure you read through this whole page to remind you, and then you'll move on to page 3. On page 3 it says, is it the job of an author to use his or her creativity to engage readers on different levels? Or is it the job? Why isn't that a question mark? That is why many writers experiment with different types of plot structures. Several of these techniques have proven to be successful in storytelling throughout history. So you have parallel plots, episodic plots, in medias res, flash forwards and flashbacks, and dream sequences. We will take a closer look at each one. Pay attention to these techniques to determine whether Guy, the author of the story that we read in the last one, used them in his short story, Was It a Dream? Hopefully you like that story. So I just read that to you, so you can go on to page 4. Okay, so this is page 4, and it says parallel plots, and it explains to you what a parallel plot is. And as you go through these, you're going to probably think of movies or TV shows or books that you have read or seen that you're going to be like, oh yeah, that one was a parallel plot, or that was a dream sequence, or that was a flashback in that one. So remember the blue words, you can hover over it and we'll tell you what they mean. Read through all of this, take a look at the little chart here, scroll all the way down, do the self-check. There's 4 pages on this self-check, so make sure that you do all of the questions, and then you'll go to page 5. Page 5 is talking about episodic plot structure. So you need to read through this whole thing and then do the self-check here. There's only 2 questions for this one. So when you're finished with that and you've read everything, you can go on to page 6. Page 6 talks about in medias res. So you will need to read through this. It says many authors follow this rule when they create fiction. Come late, leave early. So it's the story that starts in the middle, and you need to read through all of this so that you can have a good understanding of this, and then think about this in terms of was it a dream, and then you're going to do the self-check and submit it. So you'll click either yes or no on these and then hit submit, and then once you've done that you'll move on to page 7. Page 7 goes over flash forward and flash back. So read through all this, and I think probably most of you are going to be familiar with flashback. But if you have any questions about it, make sure you let me know. And read through all this, take a look at the chart on both of them, the flash forward and the flashback chart, and then do the little self-check. There's just one question. And then when you're done with that, you go to page 8. And page 8, not surprisingly, goes over the final one, which was a dream sequence. And so you'll read through all of this, and there is no question here, but it does have the whole story if you need to go back and look at that. And I said that was going to be a long one, but actually each page was pretty short, so that wasn't too long. You don't have too much reading to do, and I already read some of it to you. Once you've read through all of that, you'll be ready to go on to the video about the assessment, and that's it for this one. Thank you.